Hey Taurus, this is going to be your Will We Be Together spread for April. Please keep in mind this is a general love reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Taurus. If it resonates with you, wonderful. But if it doesn't, please feel free to check out your moon, rising, or Venus sign, or any one of the other wonderful readers here on YouTube. I've already pre-shuffled the deck for both parties. I'll go ahead and cut those and get started. And as always, I'm going to go ahead and lay out your spread, but I'll leave a timestamp in the comment section below for when the reading actually begins. All right, Taurus. I'm going to read this side as your energy. But again, energy is interchangeable. So if you resonate more with the other side, then go with that. But I'm going to read this side and I'll refer to this side as you. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, just to kind of preempt this, that this is going to be a reading for Tauruses who are, this person that you're inquiring about is someone that you, more than likely that you left, for whatever reason that is, and you're not currently together. So there may be even some kind of silence or separation between the two of you. So let's just jump into it. Taurus, I'm going to read this as your side, as I said, and you're in your energy. So right now, you're in a place right now in life where you're truly kind of ready for growth. You're ready for abundance. You want a relationship that is going to grow into something. And I feel like this, in the past with this person, it's a strong energy of you being there for this person when they were down and out. It could have been financially, it could have just been emotionally. You were a strong emotional support system, because that's what you brought to this relationship, is the Five of Pentacles. So you provided support for this person when no one else would. You cared for them when no one else would. When they were, almost as if you took their hand when they were in the roughest time of their life, or whenever they would experience rough times, you were clearly there for this person. And I feel like this person probably puts you through a lot with their own potentially toxic behaviors, with what they're in the present. And it looks like they still have not escaped from whatever those behaviors were. They're in the energy of the devil. Now, this could be just a Capricorn that you're dealing with, but they're still tied to something. A part of them is still tied to you, in a sense, but I feel like this person still has some demons that they need to exercise. Sometimes that could be drinking, drugs, whatever this, could be, or it could just be, just toxic behavioral patterns, things that they do, narcissism, whatever it is, lying, being deceptive, not being ready, for commitment, whatever that is, whatever it is that was toxic, it feels like they're still in this place. What's so interesting about this person that you're dealing with is, they truly want something with you, almost as if they feel like they're spiritually tied to you with this Devil card, because I have two majors here. I mean, you both have majors in your present when it comes to one another. So it feels like even if this person is dealing with someone else, and because I can really feel like this separation here, that they still feel tied to you, and there's in some corner of their mind, this person wants to manifest something with you. Almost as if they could have if they could have gotten right, if they could have changed for the better and not allowed themselves to get into this repetitive negative cycle, that to them manifesting something with you was definitely their end goal. That's what they wanted to do. But it feels like what's interesting is this person doesn't know how to even though they want to manifest something with you, they don't know how. This isn't a person who has had very healthy relationships in the past and probably hasn't seen a healthy relationship either. Because when it comes to what they're hoping for, they don't know. They don't know what they want. With the Seven of Cups here, they're confused. And they could still be weighing other options with other people. And it feels like for you, what you want is, I feel like, Taurus, to be honest with you, and you may love this person, you may care for them deeply, but I feel like with this Three of Wands, I'm feeling an energy of you want what's best for you. With the Three of Wands, you're waiting on your ships to come in, but I feel like there's not a strong energy here of you waiting on this person. For some of you, it possibly could be. But even if a part of you is waiting on them, I think another part of you is saying, I'm waiting on what's best for me, the relationship that's going to bring me the growth, stability, and abundance that I want. I think that's kind of the place that you're at right now. This could also be a Libra or an Aries, but that you're dealing with. Now, it's interesting because I want to start with kind of how you guys viewed each other in the past. And I can tell here that you viewed this person as someone who you had extreme passion for. This could definitely be an Aries that you were possibly dealing with. A Leo or Sagittarius. Leo's here strong too, but there's something about the King of Wands. It's almost, he's so passionate and he's charismatic. And I feel like that's kind of how you viewed this person. They had charisma. They had this pull that attracted you to them. There's a regalness about them in some sense. Not just because of, it being a court card, but it's the charisma, the charismatic nature of this person. I feel like I feel like you saw more in them than they saw in themselves. I'll be honest with you. I'm getting that extremely strongly. Almost as if that you saw this potential in them that this person may not really have seen or see in themselves. Now, the way that they viewed you in the past is the Two of Swords. It seems like you were kind of indecisive about this connection, Taurus, and I can understand why. Even though you really cared and loved for this person potentially, or were really drawn to this person, there were some characteristics about them that made you very, very indecisive about whether or not you wanted to pursue this connection. And presently, what's so interesting is I can tell, Taurus, that you've moved on from this connection because the way they view you is the Six of Swords. They feel like you left a toxic or potentially negative situation and you're trying to recover from that, and you moved on from that. You almost as if you moved on to bigger and better. They may see you doing great things. They may see you on social media and it seems like you're happy. Almost as if they feel like you're happier without them. I get that sense. And for you, the way you see this person, you see them as the Eight of Pentacles. You see them as repeating cycles. You see them as a person who hasn't learned a lesson yet, that they keep doing the same thing over and over again. And that's kind of why you pulled away and you decided to sever things with them. And it's interesting too, because when I get down here to what your doubts and fears are about this connection, I've got the Eight of Wands. This is a very, very loving card, right? Because it can represent the arrows of love. It's about communication, movement, fast movement. I feel like you're very nervous about this connection because you feel like you don't want it to either move too fast. You don't want to jump back into it and have it move too fast. And you fear there's clearly a lot of passion between the two of you. And I think that makes you a little bit nervous, a little bit fearful. Because sometimes Eight of Wands passion can be a little bit uncontrollable. I also feel like there's possibly some distance here. Especially, of course, you know, there's distance emotionally, but it could also be an actual physical distance here. Or the hopes and fear, or the fears that you're moving, the movement is away from each other, not towards each other. But I feel like you made this decision because you felt like it was the right thing for you at the time. I can tell externally for you with the Knight of Pentacles, you're really, really focused on, almost as if there's a sense of rebuilding with the Knight of Pentacles energy here. There's this sense of taking it day by day. I'm really getting that with the Knight of Pentacles, almost as if you're taking it day by day, growing day by day. And that's kind of your focus. Now you could also, there could also be a person coming in, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that could be potentially significant coming in for you. The Aries reading had this in the same position. So there could be someone who is coming in that may want to kind of, you know, offer you some kind of stability, commitment. It would be someone, I do feel like that for you, Taurus, at the point where you're at in your life, if this represents a person and isn't, you know, what I spoke about earlier, if this represents a person for you, this is not going to be a person that you can really take seriously at this point, not this month. If there's someone coming in a younger energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this isn't someone who you may necessarily take seriously. You may dismiss this only because of the energy that you're in right now. I mean, you're in the Empress energy. You have expectations of having this King energy, and so this may not, it may be a little bit incongruous here. Now, for this person, their doubts and fears are these Six of Wands. I'm telling you right now, this person, especially if you've been apart for a while, this person may be getting involved with someone else, or may be involved with someone else only because they feel like, or they may feel like you would never, or you're in a place now where you wouldn't deal with them, which I mean, that's your prerogative, I get it. But they're fearing the Six of Wands. They're fearing losing your attention forever. It's not about not having your attention right now. It's about losing the position that they hold in, or they held in your life. And they fear like that's going to be lost forever with the Six of Wands. There's something about the way that you acknowledge them and the way that you view them that makes them like that helps them to view themselves differently in a way. And it's like they need that in their life, and if they feel like that, if they're not going to get that, it puts them in a little bit of a despair energy. And I feel like for them, they have the Four of Wands in their external energy. So they could be moving, especially moving home. You could have moved, especially if you guys lived together at one point. They may be looking into purchasing a home, moving from one home to another, an apartment to another, whatever that is. So that they may be on a house hunt. and that may be a priority for them, or trying to find a place to stay that's very, very stable. They could also be attending some kind of event. Could be a wedding that would be significant for them, because this is about significant events that affect your connection. For some of you, not all of you, this person, especially if you have been in separation for a while, this person may have a surprise wedding, be getting married, maybe, and that's not for most of you, of course, but it does represent that at times. But I feel like a lot of this, the Four of Wands is also very happy energy about getting out and socializing and being around and celebrating. I feel like there's some kind of celebration coming up for them, whether it's their birthday, some kind of major event. And I feel like it's going to force them to think about you in a way. I don't know if they go to a wedding and it forces them to think about you. They go to some kind of event, someone asks about you. I don't know what it is. But it's strong here, and their external energy is very strong here. They get a new place and they're thinking about how you would like it. There's some aspect of that here. Now, as far as what kind of the outcome for this month, I'll be honest with you. You've got the sun in the reverse. With all of the challenges, I'll put it that way, all the challenges in this relationship and between the two of you, you very strongly, you're not happy without each other's love. I'll put it that way. You could also be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, with this King of Cups showing up as a clarifier in the reverse. Both of these came up in the reverse. There's a strong sense of not being happy and not being emotionally fulfilled. There's something about this, that this kind of separation that you two are in, that leaves both of you feeling unhappy. And I understand that this, this person definitely needs to grow, and you're in a place where you're growing. But it's still going to leave you feeling like there's something missing this month. There's clearly an emotional connection here it's almost as if this is a little bit of unfinished business in a sense, for the both of you. And it's still lingering. It's still lingering. And it still will continue to linger a little bit this month, and you'll feel that. I hope that was helpful, provided a little bit of clarity for you. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.